Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Cutlery. Hope everyone's having a great day as always. Was down here actually digging through some knives this evening, trying to get some trade stock. I got a few trade offers coming in and was trying to pull out of my different drawers, and I'm gonna try to put a big pile of knives together for a trade stock and kind of make some options for people and different things. But so if you're interested in any knife trades, next couple of videos I may actually just do some run throughs of those, just so you'll know what I got and kind of can put it out there. But anyway, and actually run across a couple of knives that I actually want to talk about today. So today we're looking at some what I would call special knives to me. You know, we have our favorites. We've been doing a lot of open tags about favorites lately. Each of these knives has a special sentimental story to each one of them. I want to tell those stories today, kind of show you the knives, and we can just have that conversation, guys. But anyway, flip this thing around. We'll get over here to the table. I got them laid out ready, and we'll talk about them. See you in a second, guys. All right, guys, we're back here at the table. So like I said, what I wanted to do is just pull out a few knives that I actually had in a little sealed container that I used to keep put up a lot. Special knives, special meaning, definitely to me, a lot of family involvement in these knives. So I just wanted to kind of tell the story. I've laid out 5 of them here. I can't even count. Look at me. It took me a second. And just have a talk about those, but we'll get started with it. So first ones I wanted to pull up are these two. So they both have a very similar story. I've told you about my father, my grandfather's knives, a few of them I got. Well, these middle 3 right here happen to be my grandfather's knives. I actually got these from him before he passed away, which was pretty cool. Yeah, I definitely keep these set aside because I do a lot of buying of Uncle Henry's and trades and old timers. It's just something I've always bulk bought over the years, but I make sure these stay separate so I can always identify which ones they are. But these were my grandfather's knife here. This is the, I think it's the 885 UH. Yeah. Haven't cleaned these, haven't really done anything. Kind of left them in the condition that he left them, but it's a very sharp knife. He kept it sharp, but didn't use it very much. That blade right there looks like it's almost no use. It's a little bit of scratching. Spade blade on there. Yeah, some scratching on him as well. But again, grandfather's knife. I love this style knife. I guess it'd be comparative. I may be just making this up, but I need to find one like an 80T old timer. It's like the senior. It's a bigger knife. Definitely bigger on the pocket knife side. And it goes right into this one. I think this one's the 285, the Trapper. Pretty much Uncle Henry's version of the Trapper. This one has a broke tip and has, let me make sure it's that 285. Yep. Broke tip, and I probably will be, now that I've got some equipment and things and got this pulled out, I'll probably re-tip this one just so it can be fixed up. But I'm sure he broke that along the journey somewhere. Definitely used, sharpened up. Sure he was a fingernail picking and cleaning with that one, and probably the clip blade as well. But those two were his. Next one I'll talk about, I'll tell you what, we'll go here. So this knife, you can see, well, you can't see, you really don't know, but this has a custom sheath that was made. This was my father's knife, his skinning knife, or one of his many skinning knives. But a coworker of his many years ago made this sheath for him. And actually, back when leather work, well, it's probably always been cool, but back when leather work wasn't as cool as it seems like it is today, he put his initials in there. My father's name was Wayne Cawthon, so WC for that. But I actually got this one from my dad also while he was still living. This is just a German Stag. It's an Edge brand. I never really knew of him. Obviously he used it as it is super sharp. See that Edge brand tang stamp, solid in Germany. This is a let me get the light just right, 464 I believe that model is. It's like it's got some double stamping going on there. I never knew of him personally using this one. My brothers who are older definitely may have known of that, but I never seen him physically use it, is what I mean. But knew it was in his collection, and I was talking to him about knives a lot of years ago, and he actually pulled that one out and gave it to me. So just a super cool knife. Pommel's a little loose. I give that tool and tighten that bad boy up. But sentimental to me. It'll be one of those that stays in the collection for forever. Hopefully I'll pass it down. I got a grandson now, so hopefully, and I got a granddaughter on the way. So hopefully this will end up in one of my descendants' hands in some way or another. Hopefully they show interest just like I do, and my son as well. He does as well. But that one, we'll pull up this one. So this one, a lot of years ago, was a gift from my wife. Like I've told y'all in past videos, my wife feeds my habit even though she complains about it. But over the years, she's done really well at it. But obviously it's a hen and rooster. I don't take this one out much. I've probably had it out a couple of times since I've got it. And I've probably, if I was to guess, I've had it 20 years or so. But just a trapper. Some of the most gorgeous mother of pearl you've ever seen in a knife in this trapper. It is absolutely amazing. And Rooster World's finest cutlery. See that solid in Germany. You can see there, Bertram Cutlery, no, model 312, mother of pearl. That big spade blade. I've never used this knife. I always kind of kept it put up. It needs to be wiped down for sure. But just, I'm telling you guys, if I could get the light right, that pearl is just incredible on this knife. It is the best pearl, and I have a couple. This is the best one I've personally ever seen. The iridescence in it is amazing. But again, everybody loves a trapper. This is one more beautiful trapper. I thought I would share that one. Trying to find you guys some that are not just straight users. I have boxes of those, but some that are not just straight users that I haven't shown on the channel yet. Put that away. And the last one I want to show you, you can see it's been laying here kind of inconspicuous. It's not as nice of a brand as probably any of these guys. It's not super, it's not stag, it's not bone, it's not any of that. As you can see, it's almost like a camo or a desert camo, if you will. I don't know what you would call this pattern. But this is, I believe, I should have cleaned it a little bit so I can make sure, but I believe it's a Hammer brand. I'm fairly confident the USA is to the right. I'm pretty sure it says Hammer brand. I'm pretty sure I see the arm just a little bit. It's hard to tell. It's pretty rusted in there. But anyway, that the maker of this one is the irrelevant part. So this was a knife that my grandfather carried. I knew about this knife. I've seen it, and I've actually borrowed it from him multiple times over the years when he was still living. And you can see even the wrapping, the scaling's coming off. But he did carry this knife a lot. And the story behind it and how I ended up with it. So my grandparents had 6 children, my father and my aunts and uncles. And they once both my grandparents passed away, they were cleaning out the house and, and dividing things, if you will, and cleaning up as you should. You should never let things lay idle in a home. But the story of this one is, so after they had gotten, kind of everything they wanted and tidied up, they let the grandchildren and great-grandchildren come to the home and just choose an item or two that that you would like as a sentimental piece for their great-grandparents or my grandparents. And I just happened to be in the house and was just walking around looking, and on the chest of drawers, on the dresser, if you will, and they're in their bedroom, there was a bowl, just like a dish of some sort, a candy dish or something. It had a bunch of junk in it, but it had like a piece of paper laying over the top of it. I just moved that piece of paper, and this knife just happened to be laying right in that bowl. And I almost guarantee you, the last time he ever took this out of his pocket and put it in there getting ready to go to bed, that's where it ended up, and that's where it laid. So to me, that was the best thing I could ever have out of that home. I'm so proud to own it. This one actually been put up in the safe for a while. That's how much I truly care about it. Just my grandfather, I idolized my grandfather. He was an amazing man. I lived to be 93 years old too, and passed away in 2016. So, but anyway, I thought you'd enjoy that story. Sometimes it's not the value. Sometimes, you know, the physical value. Sometimes it's not the shininess and the name brand. Sometimes it is the story. Many times with me, it is the story. So, hope you enjoyed that. I was going to show you one more thing today. So, I did get a package in, an eBay buy. Nothing special here, but it's mostly a parts knife lot. But there was one in it that I wanted to wait and kind of do it on camera. I wanted to bust it open because there's one, I saw a name on a knife and it was missing part of the bone on the handle, I believe. But we'll open it up together and we'll take a look. Still sporting my Stephen Jeffrey slip. Dude, this thing every day in the pocket, every single day. What you tote, and I am still toting this Utica, this modified down to a single blade that I modified. This thing is, we sharpened her up today. Actually, a guy at work has a knife sharpener, one of the Work Sharp little manuals, which is a super cool little sharpener. I'm gonna have to get me one. There's 400 layers in this thing. Let's see if I can actually get down to the knives themselves. There we go. We're getting there. I end up cutting myself if I don't put this knife to the side. I can say one thing about it. The packaging was done really well on this eBay buy. Now we're getting to it. And now we can unwrap her. Okay. Now we're down to it. Let me throw some of this stuff to the side. We'll pour her out here on the table. All right. That looks like all of it. Put our knife back away. Alrighty, so here's what we got going on here. Little small, little sheath, Doral. Probably had a little bitty, like a little executive knife that come in these, but made in the USA. That'll clean up nice, and can probably put a little small carry knife in this one, but we'll do something with that. Next one up. So I didn't really see but one tank stamp in this entire pile of knives on eBay and on the pictures. So I'm going to be pretty surprised everything I see, but obviously this one's got some issues. But where's the main blade? Let's see what that is not the main blade. Let's see here. No, and I hope that is not, I bet you that is the main blade. So look at that, guys. You think that's a used knife, but this is a Camillus. If you can see it, it's real faint. This is a Camillus Scout knife. Man, how do you, I'm not even sure how you use a blade down to that much. I know I never have in my life. That's completely crazy. So Camillus Scout. Got a cool, no, that maybe used to be a dirt line there. I thought that was like a grind through the can opener. But anyway, we won't spend a lot of time on that. Next one, got a Barlow. Assuming this is a Colonial or an Imperial. Looks like it's got some main blade issues, and that thing has been, let's see, can you see that? I cannot make that out no matter what I try here. Let me turn my light a little bit. I believe I can see it barely. I think it says Colonial. But check out that blade reshape. Holy moly. That is wild, guys. It's actually really sharp. You know, to say cut that swedge down, it must have broke off and they just hard-lined it, but crazy. Pin blade on it's almost brand new. Anyway, just a plastic handle Barlow, nothing special there. I think I paid like 12 bucks for this knife lot, so I'm not out too much, but here's another Barlow. Made in, that's in the USA. Does that say China? That says China, but it's in a circle. Holy cow. They went to a lot of trouble to tell you that was made in China. Look at that. See the CHINA? That is wild. That will go in the garbage. That's aggravating. Here's one I did see, and I didn't see the other side, so obviously it was in that lot for a reason, but beautiful bone on this knife. Of course, looks like it's well past usability. And I cannot read that. Good luck. Oh no, that's hilarious, guys. Good. If you can read that, it literally says good luck. Look at the beautiful bone on this knife. I don't understand the good luck. Pretty good, decent blade left on that one. The usage is more on the secondary blades than the main. It's a swell, like a swell center. It's got like a double hump going on there, or a single hump, but it's cool badge. I don't know what this, I'm about to research this, guys, just so I'll know, just for future knowledge, because it's a well-built knife. I don't think it's going to bring me any good luck, but hey, you never know. But we left the one that I actually bought the lot for last, so I knew that it didn't have a scale on this side of the bone, but I did see this other side. This bone is one of those wow factor bones. And I bought this knife hoping, because it looked like it had, by the pictures, a big full blade, and it might be a little shortened for sure. But I saw this, you can see the thickness on that top end and that swedge cut. I mean, this has got to be a pretty high quality knife. So let's see how you open this guy. We'll open the secondary blade first, which looks pretty good. And I can tell right now, this is a good quality knife. If you take a look at that name, this is a Miller Brothers Cutlery Company. I cannot tell what the rest of that says. Can't read that personally. Of course, like I said, my light is terrible. But that big main blade, it has definitely been used and sharpened, but still pretty full. And look at the cool grind, the swedge grind in that. Both side, double-sided. That is a cool blade. Miller Brothers Cutlery. There I am again. I still cannot. I'm trying to use the Meridian, M-E-R-I-D-E. Yep. Meridian. So I'm going to have to look that up. So I've heard of Miller Brothers Cutlery. I don't know about the Meridian part. So maybe Mississippi. That may be what that means. But overall, this knife is in jam up shape. It just happens to be missing that scale. So this one I may get, I don't know that I'll try it, but I actually may do something with this knife. Do a good cleanup and send this off to a friend or another knife channel that can do some repair. See if we can match up some bone close enough to that, because this thing is really beautiful. I hate this knife to go to waste. Pretty exciting. So, but anyway, for a good half stop, good snap, for a $10, $12 buy, I would almost, I don't know that I'd buy that for $212 out in the wild, but maybe, definitely maybe. But anyway, guys, that was it for today. Hope you enjoyed seeing some of my special knives. Hope you enjoyed seeing that as well. Thank you again, Steven, for the slip. Everyday carry, buddy. Every day, all day. But anyway, guys, we'll jump off here. I will be working on those trade deals, that pile of, I'm going to get a knife pile out here and start taking some pictures. May put it on a video or two and see what you guys think. If anybody's interested, please shoot me an email at cothinoutdoors@gmail.com, or you can comment on any of my videos and just let me know, guys. But until next time, from Cothin Cutlery, thanks so much, guys.
Well, I know the first time it was 45.
Yeah.
But then you put in there